How's it going, everybody? You see, we got the 4055 hooked to the Roto-Press bagger because we're gonna bag some silage today. I know. Mike, it's middle to the end. I don't know when this video is getting posted, but it's the middle to the end of November. You're still chopping silage? Yes. Cue the excuses. When we usually start chopping. We usually start planting corn around 1st of May, beginning of May, and this year, because of flooding and wet conditions, we didn't start planting till June. What we planted down here was middle of June. It's 104-day corn, so it's gonna not mature until later on anyway. Should have bagged last week and didn't. We had nothing but rain and snow, and I know we don't see much snow down here right now. We just had a dusting. We didn't have any sort of major accumulations or anything, but my brother came down and helped me throw the bag on. Also, I know some people are like, well, why don't you bag before when it's greener, because you can put the greener stuff in the bag, you need the drier stuff for the silo. Good point, but the guy who owns the bagger is bagging his silage around that time. We usually just fill our silo, and then whatever's left over is what we'll put in a bag. So to kind of guesstimate what would fit in a bag, what's going to go in the silo, you could do that, but why pay for a bigger bag if you have more room in the silo? Anyway, rambling aside, let's hop into the 4250 in the haul wagons. Let's hop in there and let's go get that first load. Keeping an eye in the back. We don't want any blowouts, so I'll just make sure everything's tucked in good. Silage, especially for being so late. That's what we like to see. A nice big old round smooth butt. Everything tucked underneath good. Once you get your base set, pretty simple from there on out. Just keep the tractor straight, put silage in it. The Roto-Press. So the Roto-Press is like a big corkscrew, basically. It's like a big auger, and it pushes the silage and just packs it in that way. The guy who owns it told me one time to idle the tractor down, shut the conveyor belt off, but leave the PTO going. Says as soon as you shut it off, the silage kind of packs in around the auger, so it'll make, throughout the day, it'll make the starting up the PTO hard again. So I don't know if that's true or not. It's his machine. That's how he said recommended to do it. That's how I do it. Seems to work out good. So first one is done. Like I said, we'll get this second one in there, and then I'll set the brakes and everything and really start packing it down and making her pack. So The sun's shining. It's actually been really, really nice. Ugh. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get real close to the camera. It is going up. We're about halfway through right now. We originally wanted to do a 100 or a 150 bag, and the only thing that was left over there was 200s, which I'm glad we got the 200s because there was more corn down here than we thought. So what we're doing now is we're about halfway through. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the 40-55 ahead a little bit. Get that off there, and I just probably just made more there. Pull the 40-55 ahead a little bit. I'm going to cut the bag. I'm going to hold the back end of the bag. My dad's going to swing the tractor around. I'm going to pull some out, re-tie it off. We're going to start a second bag. So instead of having one long bag, because I'm running out of room really, really fast with all the round bales I did, running out of room really fast. So we're going to cut it and make it into 2 bags. So we're going to do that right now. Then I'll take the brakes off it. Well, I got to take it off anyway so we can move the thing. But we'll take the brakes off, redo another back end, and this will be the first load to go in. Should be fun. What could go wrong? Fun. We're starting this second bag. I got him in the 42 right now to pull forward so I can just watch this. Got my tires blocked. Still got quite a bit of bag left, so it should be 2 of these. Make sure this fills in good. I want this part right here filled in to make it look like that. There's some there. All right. That looks good. Nice smooth round butt, just like this one. That's what we like. A couple nice butts here. I said, I'll get this load in and I'll get a partial of the next one, then I'll set the brakes, and we'll be just, you can see that bump up right there, you can see where I set the brakes. And then it just gets more in there packed. But you don't want to blow out the back, so you want to make sure you got enough in there. I probably put more in there than needed to be, but better safe than sorry. Looks good. All set. I'm going down to pick up the last wagon. It's pretty greasy, so I'm glad. This bag might not be as straight as the other one. This one might be a little fishtail. Pulling up in there, it gets after these, like I said, we had last week was just snow and rain, and then it was nice this week, so things were a little muddy and greasy, so good to get done. Go get this last load in the bag. Not bad. I'll pull put the bucket on the wheel loader. I'll pull it around here and kick all this. Whatever doesn't fall out, I'll kick it into the bucket of the wheel loader and feed it to the heifers. I gotta just scrape up a little bit of there and get that kind of, feed that to the heifers, and I'll fold that up, fold this up. We are done with corn silage. It's gonna fall out here, and then I can get this bagger back up the road to its owner, Time to go back to high moisture corn. I put a short up about doing high moisture corn, but be good to get back to it and start getting corn in the silo. Keep going with harvest. Anyway, thumbs up if you like this video. Drop me a question or comment below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thumbs up to you. I totally appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.